I was in a state where I had been depressed for quite a long time. I had quite intense CPTSD responses, trauma responses. Um, I was activated a lot. Uh, I had a lot of anxiety, and everyday tasks like eating or cooking for myself, or kind of self-care, was lacking quite a lot. And executive function was really slow and really bad at the time. So really these symptoms were kind of predominantly stopping me from living a full life and kind of concentrating on relationships and what I want to achieve. And um, I had a lot of stress because of all these physical symptoms that were quite overwhelming at the time. So the most valuable thing that I've learned from my coachings with Jenny is to actually um, recognize the growth, recognize the work I've done, and recognize when it's working. So if you come from a traumatic background and have a lot of CPTSD symptoms, there are emotional floods and flashbacks coming into your life, and then in that moment you kind of feel that I haven't learned anything. This is never going to stop. None of the therapy that I've done is ever going to help. These kinds of toxic judgmental thoughts. And what I learned through working with Jenny is not only to recognize when I do milestones. I imagine Jenny does it really well. She pauses and multiple times during the sessions asked me to recognize that, hey, I just want to repeat that. Look at this. Look at how you've evolved here. So just like a, good calm parent, like say like, hey, look what a great job you've done, like validation. I used to avoid going into really big emotions. I used to distract myself, or emotionally eat, or have like super bad coping mechanisms. And nowadays I'm able to just sit and let the emotions move through me, and grieve and cry, and sometimes even cry out loud, um, and be with myself. Through this whole process, I've found within me this loving parent, like learning from how Jenny has done it in the coachings, and teaching me to find that parent within me for these wounded little ones. And in those moments where there is a really big emotional wave, I can just sit and be with it and cry and grieve, and I'm not afraid of it anymore. And when I'm not afraid of it, I'm not afraid to live. And I imagine, like, for me, depression was a lot that I was just keeping all of these emotions locked in somewhere, and then I just couldn't feel anything anymore. Not joy, not fear, not sadness, not anger. And by just like letting all of these emotions come out, I feel much more happier. I feel much more free to just be me and be authentic and express myself in relation with other people. And there's so much more care and love. I imagine I really, like, with everything in my life right now, with how I eat, with how I sleep, with how I organize my work and vacation ratio, how much I do things for me has changed drastically. So I imagine I'm being a really good mom for myself. And that's super beautiful. And I get these moments sometimes when I cook for myself, or I meal prepped something for a weekend outing. Like, I get these moments where I feel like so grateful that I start to cry, that I actually get like touched and teary-eyed because I feel so grateful that I can take care of myself nowadays. There's only a way up. If you're struggling right now, if you're feeling lost and overwhelmed and depressed and anxious, you will feel better. And I know in certain moments it might not feel like it might feel hopeless. And I imagine with just small shifts of change in your own thinking about yourself and about your situation, things will change. And it's not going to be easy. It's quite hard work, actually. And the only thing you need is dedication, time, resilience, that you don't give up. So to find somewhere the willpower to really go through it. And it's not all horrible either. It can be really beautiful too. So the moments when you have those moments of growth and healing, and you suddenly see big leaps in how you're behaving around other people, and then suddenly your outside world starts to reflect all the self-care you've done, and the love starts to pour back also from your outside relationships, when your friends, your family, your loved ones see that you've changed, and they change also how they behave around you. So there is so much to win, and nothing to lose. So just jump on board and try it out.